Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Monday Market Report on a Sunday evening. And this is for the week ending February 24th, 2019. Wherever you may be this evening, welcome. And thank you for taking time to join in to see how the hot and up and coming coin market is finally starting to wake up after a few months of dormant activity. And boy, do I have an incredible lineup of coins to talk about. The market has certainly turned on a dime here recently within the last 14 days, and this week is no exception. You will see a drastically varying crop of coins that you've never seen before, and you're going to be blown away by the final auction prices. On all of these coins. A lot of the activity is coming from great collections from their weekly sales. So all of these sales are fresh as of this evening on Sunday, February 24th. But before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, of course, as always, the best way you can support my channel is to hit the like button and share and subscribe. If you like what you see, it's a token of appreciation to be able to present you this report that took me a little while to put together. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So the first coin, we're going to start off with a little bit of vintage eye candy. Okay, a lot of the coins I'm going to be talking about are post-1950 modern coins. And those post-1950 selections I have here for you this evening are extremely nice. You'll want to stick around to the very end because we have one modern Jefferson Nickel that's sold for over $20,000. Stay tuned. But this 1856 Flying Eagle cent, of course, as we all know, they only made about 56,000 of these. Okay, they were all produced as proof coins. And typically some of those fantastic higher grades come few and far between, and they're a high-priced rarity as it is. So it's nice to see, one with a little bit of circulation wear on it. Okay, and what we have here is a Pcgs graded proof 30. Yes, they do proof grades all the way down to 30, 25, you name it. Seeing as how this is a proof-only date, it kind of makes it easy. This was one of Great Collection's highlight coins of the week. And I'm happy to say that, someone actually scored an affordable 1856 Flying Eagle for the mere price of $9,675. Yes, that is actually a bargain compared to some of those other ones that are worth many tens of thousands of dollars. So this is a nice, inexpensive example for one lucky winner. All right, so this is the vintage highlight coin of the day, and let's go ahead and get started on some of those post-1950s, starting with a surprising 2008 D Lincoln cent. Yeah, this is about as modern as you could get, and this one is a PCGS graded Mint State 68 red. Okay, of course, it's a top pop coin. There are no coins finer than a 68 in this date. And this one, I'm happy to say, sold for $1,237.50. I'm going to have to apologize. I was all choked up because, I'm envious for coins like this. Coins that are barely 10 years old selling for this kind of money, to a lot of people, seems pretty absurd. But, given the power of some of these registry set collectors, okay, they will go to extraordinary lengths to own a coin as fine as this 2008 D. So I'm glad this one got its due and it brought in a little money this evening. All right, and then coming up next, we have a absolutely spectacular 1951 S Lincoln cent. Okay, this one graded out PCGS Mint State 67 Plus, full red, and this one is also CAC certified. Now, this is a top pop coin. Generally, San Francisco coins are very well struck. The early 50s inclusions, they're a little bit tough in there, but a 67 plus is a really nice grade. And of course, this one's going to go to a nice, happy registry home. And Well, it sold for $3,487.50. Another fine chef's kiss of a coin right here. As you can see, there's very little to talk about on this one. It is absolutely silky, velvety smooth. There is that one tiny little nick on Lincoln's jacket, that might keep me up late. But you know what? Aside from that, it's a really phenomenal looking coin. So that's the 1951 S there for you. So coming up next, okay, we're going to jump up to a different denomination, and here's another surprise inclusion. It's a 2010 D. Now talk about super modern. Jefferson Nickel, and this one was graded PCGS Mint State 68 with full steps. And this one brought home $918.58. Okay, pretty modest amount of money for a coin that is so new. But, again, this is a registry set coin. Someone's looking to fulfill that higher echelon of grade in there. So this is a pretty good example. It's fine in my book. And, $900, I believe, is the end of the world on this coin. And if more comes out into the market, I could see the price sliding down a few $100s with every other one that pops up on the scene. So, 2010 D Jefferson Nickel. There you go. 900 bones for you. All right, and then coming up next, okay, we're getting into some of the older Jefferson Nickels, starting out with a 1957 D Jefferson Nickel. This one was graded out at PCGS Mid State 66 plus, and this one is also a full steps example. This one brought home $1,830.38. These are still selling for a reasonable amount of money. I remember when these mid to late 1950s full steps nickels were selling in excess of $3,000, $4,000, even $5,000. Apparently, the market is saturated enough that there's enough examples to fit the needs of a lot of the high-end registry sets. Now, is it going to stay like that for long? I doubt it. I think we're pretty much going to see the floor on these mid-50s Jefferson Nickels here pretty soon. I would imagine these will probably settle at the $1,400 to $1,500 mark in this grade level. And then it's a go up from there. So it's going to be a short-term hold. I probably wouldn't sell it unless you need the money. But this is a fine example right here. Not to be outdone by this 1953 D here, okay, which is also another tough date. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It's another 1950s Jefferson Nickel. This one graded out half a point lower at PCGS Mint State 66, and this one also has full steps. This one sold pretty close to the 57 at $1,802.25. Again, it's a fine example. All right, it is the price point for these type of coins. They are still steadily dropping, but we're coming to the floor on these 1950s full steps nickels. So that's another fine inclusion there. All right, and then coming up, okay, we're going to switch it over to Roosevelt Dimes, and we have a 1960. Get this. This is actually one of my favorites on the list because it's not just the coin and the high grade, but we also have a really nice double die obverse variety represented on this coin. So it is a PCGS Proof 69 Deep Cameo. So it's a proof coin. This one is the double die obverse FS 103. All right, it is a Cherry Picker's Guide variety. It's the third nicest double die obverse for this particular date. Another point to mention that this is the top finest grade that PCGS has ever touched on this particular variety for 1960. And this one sold for $2,436.75. A truly marquee example of a really nice double die. Check your Cherry Picker's Guides because, some of these oddball kind of dated proof sets have some pretty nice treasures hidden in it. 1960 is a phenomenal date for varieties in all denominations. So you want to check those out. So what do we have next? Well, how about something else a little bit different? And that's this 1972 D Kennedy half dollar. Now, the Kennedy half dollar market has kind of, just like those 1950s nickels, has kind of like dipped to a point where, it's kind of hard to say if they're going to keep going down. But this 72D is a really nice example. Again, another registry set buy, for someone with a top tier set. This one is a PCGS Mid-State 67 Plus. What I like most about this coin is the really gnarly die polish lines on the obverse. Okay, it is absolutely majestic, and it goes great with the cartwheel luster of the coin. This one sold for $1,681.88. Not a bad coin if I say so myself. Not to be outdone with my next two coins. Now, this is crazy, okay? And this 1981S Susan B. Anthony, this thing is nutso in a nutshell. This is a PCGS Mid-State 67. It's a top pop coin. And before I get into the details of how much this sold for, a rather prominent top tier, top shelf registry is being broken apart here. Okay, so we have some of the nicest examples of Susan B. Anthony coins. Probably not the favorite of a lot of collectors, but you really have to appreciate the fine nature of these couple examples. Now, I will say this 81S is absolutely stunning, and you'll see why because of the price. But there was also a 79S, which I did not show a graphic of, that sold tonight also through Great Collections for $4,600. Okay, so this 81S, which is a tiny bit tougher date to find a nicer condition like this 67 right here, sold for $5,400. Okay, so if this isn't the top coin in the whole schmear, then what is? Okay, that's a really great question, and I'm happy to present this, what I call to be the ugly duckling of the group. Okay, now why do I say that? Take a look at the coin. This is a 1953S Jefferson Nickel, and it's ugly. Okay, it's not pretty. It's got deteriorated dies. It's got mushiness all over, with exception of one spot, and it's the most important spot of the whole coin. And that's the sharp strike of the steps. Okay, yeah, this one was graded PCGS Mid-State 65 full steps out of all grades. And it's not that great of a grade either. It's Mid-State 65. Okay, it's not a 66 or a 67, like some of the other coins I talked about this evening, especially the other 50s nickels. But this is a tough date right here. San Francisco minted coins aren't known for their great quality, and this one is a testament. Okay, this thing, this thing fell off the ugly tree, and not only did it hit every branch on the way down, but it fell out into the street, got run over a few times. So, with all of this, I don't know. With the way the coin looks, it's kind of hard to say, and it's kind of hard to even mention that this thing sold for $20,812.50. Yeah, I couldn't even find the words to even share this with you because it's so unbelievably outlandish. But again, it's a testament to the rarity of some of these dates. Okay, a coin like this, which sometimes you could find in pocket change, okay, has that hidden value, and this is it right here. A full steps Mid-State 65 for the price of a brand new car, essentially, $20,812.50. And ladies and gentlemen, that concludes another fine Monday Market Report on your Sunday night for the week ending February 24th. Yeah, a lot of hits, very little misses on this one. The market is starting to heat up as we head into the spring, and prices should stay pretty robust. We'll see what happens. So feel free to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And as always, best way to support my channel, hit that like button. And yeah, yeah, come share and subscribe. If you haven't done so, throw in a comment if you want to shout out on the next video. And yeah, I love you guys. Thank you for taking time for, out of your Sunday evening to join me before you head to bed. And hope you guys enjoyed this report. You guys take care. And I'll see you on another week of huge coin news.